say it's you a damn fool. Running back to back, I watch the phone ring. I'm like, damn boo. Love it when he takes me. All right, y'all. What's up? We are back on another episode of Pillow Talk Podcast, season 5. We is lit in this thing. Yeah, girl, you know.
Hey, look,
season 5.
Man, look, congrats to that.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Just doing it. Just making it happen. But yeah, season 5, we are live. Pillow Talk voted one of Chicago's top podcasts. That's what the people say. I didn't say that. That's what the people said, okay? Make sure that you guys are following me on IG, Robbie93, and Pillow Talk Podcast on Facebook and all other places and all other spaces. Okay, I know y'all heard that music that was coming through your speakers, and that was Ashley Banks, okay? She was here last week for Pillow Talk Podcast, okay? She just cool as fuck. Like, if I was to do a crime, I would call her. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but you feel me? Like she one of them.
But no one know about the
She one of them. Yeah. Exactly. But she's that. But she's an amazing artist. She got some new singles out right now, Switch and ebook. So make sure you guys tap into that new episode and check her out because she's lit. Okay, she's super lit. She's an amazing artist. I love seeing the female rappers. They just coming through right now. They coming through and they doing their thing. Yes. Also, gotta promote Bottled Service Podcast, baby. Okay, September 25th. This Wednesday, this week.
A couple days.
Yeah, a couple days. Ooh, it's like, what's today? Monday. Technically. They probably gonna see some of this before then, but you know. We're going to be doing a live show at the Wild Hair, September 25th. I'm super excited about this. I love doing like live events. I just think it's super dope. So I'm super excited about that. If you're not able to go to the show, that's all right. Just make sure you guys follow us at The Real Bottle Service 19 on IG. We got a new season that's coming up. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you do not want this.
Super amazing. Super amazing.
Chop it up, but
okay,
it's
super
just,
amazing.
Y'all want this.
It's lit. It's lit. Now, I know y'all see my guest here in the building. Okay, coming here real. You loving that pillow right there.
I really am. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's comforting.
Soft.
It's comforting, right?
It's like if my heart was like a physical form, this would be it.
That would be it?
It's like
that's your heart out of your body.
It's super soft, but it's like, you know, I'm not saying it's rippable, but damn near. Just
don't. You better not.
Hey, look, my heart's been broken many times before. Oh, metaphor.
Y'all, okay, Ashanti's in the building, okay? Just an amazing Chicago hostess, poets, personality, artiste, creative, visual creative, just doing a lot of amazing things.
Already too much, but it's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
You said something dope earlier. What'd you say? A jack of?
Yeah. So you know how there's a jack of all trades? I'm the queen of the trades. Not all trades, the trades. And the trades go into basically everything that she just mentioned. So
don't go and steal her shit.
Yeah, don't. I will trademark.
There's witnesses here
at midnight. I will trademark this. Don't be playing with me.
There's witnesses here today that saw it and heard it, so don't do it. Don't fucking do it. But no, I love that. I love seeing beautiful Black creative women. Okay, for one.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, I love seeing you do amazing things. We met, at Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health, and we connected, and your vibe was just amazing. You are a light. You are a starlight for sure. I love that about you. And I just love how you're always down to collab and connect, and you just positive. People are mean as fuck nowadays.
Yeah, it is 2024. That kind of has a thing to the year, you know?
Shit. I'd be like, what the fuck? Sorry.
Look. It's true. It's actually really, really true.
Yeah, so. Like, I hate that. But anyway, I want to get into you and just a little bit about who you are and where you're from. So, Chicago, is that where you're from, born and raised? Mm-hmm. Okay, what side? What side are you repping?
So, this is where it actually gets kind of funny. You ready for this?
Okay.
I get the cover, all right? You ready for this? So, if I want to get real technical, I was born in the north side.
Okay.
Right? And then moved to the south side for a little bit. And then moved to near West Side, which is basically where I kind of reside, and my family's still over there now. So when people ask me, like, hey, which side are you from? I'm like, which decade? Because
I moved around.
I rep the near West Side. Shout out to my West Side people. So that's, if I had to rep a side, that'd be that side. That's where I kind of got to know myself and all that stuff. But when people always tell me, like, you ain't from Chicago. You don't sound like you're from Chicago. You definitely ain't from the South Side. No, duh. Yeah, but, it's okay. I represent all sides.
Okay.
Our East Side.
All sides.
I met great people.
Love that.
I love Chicago.
What does a Chicago person sound like?
I don't even know. I just know I don't sound like one.
I feel like to me, my best Chicago reference of dialect right now is corporate. Whenever people try to pinpoint Chicago dialect or Chicago, accent, I always say, you know who corporate is? Go watch his videos.
That's major facts. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I've been in and out of the country, right? So I came back to the States. Granted, I had the thickest English accent. I'll get into like all that story in a little bit. But for a while, I'm like, it's okay if I had my accent, my dialect comes in and you gotta hear that. But when people tell me like, yeah, you ain't from Chicago, I'm like, I don't know what's wrong to tell you. I mean, I got the terminology, the slang, and all that stuff. I was like, I can only do so much, but it's okay. I'll be the non-Chicagoan until told otherwise. And I'm okay with that.
Right, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. I know people always crack me up when they're like, "Oh yeah, you from so and so?" I'm from the suburbs.
Wait, which suburb?
I'm from Lake County.
Lake County?
Waukegan.
So, you on the border.
I'm like right by Wisconsin. I'm like 20 minutes from Wisconsin.
Hey, look.
That's where I reside.
But hey, shout out to y'all, okay? Y'all went from the woods to the city. Okay, no, that's survival. That's real survival.
And I'm not mad at it, but I love Chicago. I love the creative culture. This is obviously where I reside most of the time now.
Facts.
But I'd be like, okay, so anyway. So growing up, I'm interested just to kind of know like, what type of child were you? If you had to rate your childhood right now, if you had to put yourself on like a childhood spectrum, where would you be?
It's kind of, I'm going to say that's a loaded question, but it's a hard question because I had a childhood that no one else they can relate to. Truly, honestly. So it's off the scale because it makes no sense.
Okay.
Right? So I'll give you an example, right? So I'm a first generation American, right? My parents are Jamaican and English. So, like my mom was born in Jamaica, raised in England. My dad was born in England, raised in Jamaica, went back. So, with that in mind, like they got cute, they got coupled up, came to the States. My grandfather was the first person in the family to be an American, so he, brought them along, and they're like, "Oh, we actually like the States. We'll stay here." Granted, this is like in the 80s, like when things were actually like lit, like mid 80s, all that stuff. So, I was born in 96. So, with that in mind, it was like, I was born, hello, I'm here with a twin brother, by the way. I am a twin.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
okay.
So, I have an older brother too. So, my older brother, he's 8 years older than I am. And I was born with a twin brother, and I'm the youngest twin. So, I'm like the youngest of the bunch. After me, my mom was like, I'm done. Because
no more.
No, like first off, I have a beautiful son, and next thing you know, she's pregnant with twins. And she's like, twins.
Oh.
And then kind of find out one of the twins is a girl. She's like, a girl. First thing she asked, how am I gonna do her hair?
She don't do hair.
Oh, she does her own hair.
Okay,
but like, as any first mother be concerned about, like, how the heck am I doing?
Oh.
Hey, look. But hey, shout out to mom for always keeping my hair nice. No matter what. So, deal with that. Comes to the world. Hello, Chicago. I'm here. And going to school. I was a child that wasn't. I'm not gonna say I was rebellious. I don't think that was the term. I think it was more like I just didn't care to listen if I wasn't interested. Like I have ADHD, right? And not like it really makes a difference, but for an active child that is sitting down for a long period of time, they get antsy. And with all that energy, that bound to pop off sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a child to pop off.
Oh.
Shout out to my teachers who actually, tolerated me and my antics. But there's a lot of calls back home, a lot of calls to the parents, like, what's wrong with your child and all that stuff. Whatever. I just got kicked out a million times because of that. It's fine, whatever. Great people are like that.
Period.
But what was really cool was that being that I have parents who are not from here, they have a whole different perspective than most Americans here. Which is it's fine. It is what it is. But we had the opportunity to travel overseas to do some school over there. I mean, like me and my twin, my dad was, he still is like this. It's like to this day, he's like, well, and it's factual. You can look this up. America's education is not the best in the world, or it's not ranked as the best in the world, which is, it is what it is. My parents pride themselves about great education because, granted, they grew up over there. That's where they got their schooling, all that stuff, and coming here. Well, I mean, like, and people who are English, y'all can understand this. It's like I felt like I was bilingual, but I really wasn't. Because when it comes to grammar, for example, granted, RIP the Queen, so we say like Queen's English or King's English, or like English can differ than American English.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Spelling, I hated spelling. It's like two different forms. Like, I don't know what's there. There's some words with a U, some words with an ME at the end. And while I'm here, like, I'll write that down. And you wonder why I would fail.
Damn.
But when I'm over there, I write it in the American way, and I fail anyway. It's like, I can't really win, but I digress. So traveling overseas, experiencing some of that, and coming back here, I thought, at least at the age that I was, you know, I got advanced learning. You know, I don't need to go to school. Like, it's fine. It's cool. It's whatever. Tell me why. I think I was 13. And they're like, yeah, you need to go into the 7th grade. This is CPS, by the way. No shout out to CPS. You need to go to 7th grade. You need to pass the Constitution test. The ISAT, that was the thing back then. Or the all those standardized testing. And then I had to go into high school. I'm just like, I thought I was gonna chill. I didn't even like school to begin with, but I was like, hella test. So I tell my parents, I'm like, this is a lot. Like, what do you want? Like, what should we do? Of course, you know, the educated, intellectual parents would say, oh, more education. You'll be a doctor.
Yeah, that's just...
Yeah, no.
That's hard. But apparently the education ain't that good, so who knows what type of doctors coming out of America.
I guess
anyway.
I had to play catch up with that, but it's like, at that point, I went to high school already with a perspective that was different than everyone else's. You know, same with my twins. So I was like, I think it's probably, I really built my confidence on education because I really challenged a lot of teachers in high school. I'm not gonna lie to you. So shout out to my English teachers that tolerate me and my attitude.
Okay, look, not you as a handful.
It's like it'd be simple things of grammar, right? Granted, it's America. We have our own terminology here in Chicago, all that stuff. But a great example is like where you at, right? Tell me why it was on a standardized test, and the options was like I forgot what the question was, but it was like the options were where are you with the apostrophe and then the RE, and then where you at. And then the last option was none of the above. I put where are you, and that was actually wrong. It was where you at. I was so dumbfounded.
What the hell?
I was so dumbfounded.
What school was this?
Lord. Let's not. This was like, look.
They setting us up for failure.
It was like, it makes sense why CPS is the way it is, but I digress. We just survived.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
There's only so much a public school system can do.
That's true.
I'm on the other side of it being an educator. I get it fully. I really do get it. But to answer your question, I had a whole different perspective because it's like I already had a international perspective, and knowing what I had my hands on, what I've been exposed to, versus some kids who don't have the opportunity to do that, you know, or more or less never even heard of simple things like, for example, I'm caramel chocolate, I'm black, you know, and so is my twin. He's light skinned, fair skinned like you are. I mean, granted, when we have brothers or any type of family members that do not look like you, there's always questions. That's true.
That's true.
Questions like, y'all are not related.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. We both share the last name. We both go home in the same car. I'm not being kidnapped, but he's actually my twin. And it just make the math be mathing. But all that's to say, it was just different because a lot of people here, at least just from my experience, weren't exposed to cultural norms. So when I mentioned like, hey, my parents are from England, the first thing they'll ask me is like, there's black people in England?
Oh, wow.
And it's so sad to hear that because it's like you didn't like we're first of all we are the number one dominator race all over the world. Okay, Afro everything, you know. But sometimes it really broke my heart to hear that from a lot of people because granted, how would they know?
Mm-hmm.
But from their perspective, it's like, oh, you must be adopted, or no, your parents must be white or something. It's like, no, but man, when my parents would come to the school, everyone be shook.
Oh, wow. That is different to see, I guess, for people that just aren't used to knowing, you know, to your point, they're not used to knowing.
Black people with English accents. And they're attractive? Look, that's a whole different story for another day. But
Crazy, though. Yeah, that's interesting. That's definitely a different type of perspective of growing up, especially here in Chicagoland and in America in general, but definitely Midwest. It's a little abrasive for sure. Okay. So then, I mean, fast forward, you graduate high school and, you know, you get into your college bag.
Oh, Lord.
Because you did have the pleasure of going to...
I went to UIC.
Come on now!
Shout out to people who also tolerated me there. And, you know, that's where...
Not y'all tolerating Ashanti.
Ooh, like, man, there's a nice, long, decent list. Like, you know how there's some haters in high school and, you know, you deal with them and whatnot. I don't think I really had many haters in high school. But it wasn't until you get into college, it was like, oh, so you don't like me just because
I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Usually.
You just don't. Okay. So there's a thing called a block list.
You know what? You seen that thing Lady Gaga just posted?
Yes.
Come on now. They made a whole hate page on your girl talking about she was never going to be shit. She was never going to be famous.
Now look at her.
Like, that's usually how it goes. People that go out of their... Because first off, why the hell would you go out of your way to make a hate page? You grown as hell.
Like, first off, it's like that part. But it's like, it's not even the audacity. It's like, you had the time to really...
Oh, yeah.
Like, go through Facebook. And this is Facebook back then.
Exactly.
When it first came out. To put a whole group together, a private group.
That's lame as fuck.
And then shit. Weren't you supposed to be studying for a midterm or something?
Like, you clearly had no life. They clearly wasn't doing shit in college.
It's okay. They probably didn't graduate. You know?
Like, but yeah, like, you know. So even to those that may have tolerated you.
Woo, child.
Period.
I mean, and sad to say, the list is now still growing. But
It'd be like that. So what did you graduate in? What was your major?
My major, I graduated with a bachelor in design and graphic design.
Nice.
I was just like kinesiology, communication, and photography. Being 18, it sounds psychotic, but what else would you expect from an 18-year-old? To do too much. So there you go. I mean, there you go. But yeah,
nice.
I did get my bachelor's in 2020, right in the midst of COVID. But
how was that?
Girl, oh.
Did y'all have graduation, like actual graduation?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Oh,
absolutely not.
Damn.
So keep in mind, the whole college experience is definitely different. One day, I'm speaking this week, being one day, I really should like just start typing it out. I need to write a book based on like my whole 5 years. Got to do an extra year.
It'd be like that.
And that whole experience needs to be within a book because like every semester is like 3 chapters. Because I don't know why, but I just say like this. Everything happens for a reason and God knows what he's doing, you know? So granted, I'm saying this now, this is a prayer I have every year ever since a lot of life been happening in college. I don't pray to be one of your soldiers, God, but please, like, keep me off that soldier list. Somehow I end up on it anyway, but But during that time, a lot of life was going on. I'm talking like, you know, going to freshman year, 2015, expected to graduate 2019. And, you know, you do the freshman thing. Woo, 3 weeks in, I have emergency surgery. Had to get my gallbladder taken out. Gallstones. I was heavily stressed out. So, literally, I just started, like, 3 weeks in classes.
Wow.
And the girl was already in the ER.
Yeah.
And I come to find out, what was really interesting about that whole experience, at least with this specific experience, I remember waking up. Granted, gallstones is an easy procedure, depending on what the size is.
Well, happy you made it out of that procedure for sure.
Girl, let me tell you something. I woke up with this Asian lady over me, right? And she was like, "Hey, are you awake? Yeah, we almost lost you. Your heart stopped for 42 seconds."
Oh.
Is that something you want to wake up to? I'm like, wait, you mean to tell me So I was really on the other side for her. And people ask me, like, what did it feel like? It felt like a nap. I'll say a test. It felt like a nap. How am I supposed to know? So I'm waking up already like discombobulated. I'm just like, when you get drugged up, you're just like, I honestly thought it was a drug or I was hallucinating or whatever. But come to find, because of the amount of stress my body was enduring, my heart, like everything just dropped in my heart. Brought me back all that stuff. Woo woo. And keep in mind, this is like the middle of, actually, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 9 years. It's 9 years around this time that this actually happened. So now I realize, I'm like, we are in September.
Yeah.
So try to recover with that. And then keep in mind, being that I wanted to go to the graphic design program, how they had it at UIC was I had to go through a year of industrial and graphic design, a taste of both classes to see which one would fit. And then I'll go into training my portfolio for a portfolio review to see if my work is up to the scale to actually go to the school. So I wasn't even in anything yet.
Okay. Dang. And then that happened.
So going in, that happens. And then, like, I'm trying to play catch up. I'm trying to be, like, a good student. Like, this is my first year of college. Like, I got to catch up and do all this stuff. So I think all kids says that, if you went to college or any type of education level, there's always a teacher that you feel that is trying to take you down.
Damn.
This specific teacher, I don't know what his vendetta was. I don't know what his plan was. And still to this day, I have not found that man because I'm pretty sure God's making sure he stays out of my sight on purpose. Because I will have a nice, good, loud conversation with him in person when I saw him. Wow. But honestly, say this specific professor, granted, I had doctor's notes. I had everything documented saying, like, I couldn't be in class for literally about 3 weeks. Granted, my heart stopped. Like, I needed some time to recover for crying out loud. So I come back to this class and, try to catch the speed in every class, all that stuff. And it's like mid-year, midterm, look at your grades, all that stuff. Tell me why in this one class, I had an F.
After you turned it on yourself?
After I turned it on myself.
What the hell?
This professor had the audacity to say, well, for one, you weren't actually
in class.
Attendance is a big part of the thing. So I have all the notes. Even the doctor would say, like, what happened? Okay. Listen, I didn't like school, but I made my grades. Okay, I'm coming from a Jamaican black household. You don't play.
You don't play them games.
So, like, my dad said, don't go for A's. I go for stars. So anything below a C was just that. I don't know him. I don't know him. Now, keep in mind, this professor also said, like, it's okay. I used to get F's when I was at college.
Wow.
And mind you, he was white.
Yeah, that's petty. College is crazy.
Because that one professor, and at that point, I was like, you know what, it'll bounce back. It bounced back to a D. It still wasn't acceptable for me to go into that actual graphic design program. So I had to do was known as an incomplete. So what incomplete is, when you don't complete a class, you have to retake it. Yeah. The unfortunate thing about this specific class is it's only held once a year. Not a semester.
You wasn't able to retake it till the next year.
Literally till the next year. So by God's awful truth, I literally walking, barely get into the graphic design program. Just had to retake that class. Cool, that's fine. All the anxiety, I get in the program by minimum. Okay, that's fine. Woo, right? Next year comes. Tell me why this teacher goes MIA. Mind you, he's the only professor for this one class.
Oh wow!
So I'm just like, wait, where's Professor? Well, like I know his name, but it's like just saying it will get me agitated.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the I was asking the dean, and they're like, yeah, he's not coming back this year. Excuse me. So who's gonna?
Oh wow.
Who's gonna grade
So
my?
what? I mean, well, outside of that experience, did you have any fond memories of college? Like a main memory that?
Oh yeah, there's with every experience, there's pros and cons. The con was the experience. The pro was I met a great professor who actually helped me sail through that class. So, amen to that. But there was a lot of great experiences. So, I was a student athlete. I was a dancer there for a little bit. And what was really cool is that it is a fun fact too. I was a mascot.
Okay.
I was actually the junior mascot. So for those that went to UIC or seen or heard of Sparky Jr., yeah, you're. I'm sad to say you're looking at her from.
Wow.
It was like 2015.
That's what's up.
So I think that's like the funnest things to do because it's like I have the opportunity to be in a costume and that's stupid. And get the rewards with it. Yeah, I'll gladly take that. You know? Hey, look, it's like when granted, you're in college, you're always stressed about, grades and assignments and stuff. It's why not? So that was pretty fun. It did have a crashing career ending with that. ACL meniscus injury.
Ouch.
So ironically, I was actually wearing Adidas shoes. And it's around the time that D Rose was dealing with the same thing too.
Oh wow!
So people literally nicknamed me D Rose while I was limping around campus in my crutches.
Dang!
Oh man, but I mean it was really cool. And then I was also I was homecoming queen for the first few homecomings.
Oh nice.
The thing about UIC is that there's no football team, so we use our like basketball team, kind of like our sports team for homecoming, all that stuff, and that was